are back. We got us a berm along Interstate 85. That's 85 right there. We had to have a crash truck come in and follow us in here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just run a line up here real quick, and then I'll explain more later. See here, got a pretty steep hill. Still kind of thinking how I'm gonna do this as I'm getting into it a little bit. People might say, you know, oh, you need to bring your excavator with your rut cutter, bush hog type thing. That would not be a good idea here because the amount of traffic we got up there, that thing will throw stuff like you would not believe. So safety of that, we're not going to do it that way as far as a bush hog style. From the top, this would have to be, just trying to get over here in the, this would have to be hand cut and kind of pulled back down the hill a little bit. What I'll probably end up doing is creeping up the hill this way, maybe stopping 5-6 feet from the top. And that's gonna create kind of a safety fence. If any chips go flying up, they won't fly up there in the interstate. I'll show you that up there in just a second. So, I mean, as you can see, it's a pretty steep hill. Excuse me. So, we're working for a tree company here in town. We do quite a bit of grinding for, and they actually hand cut all this at one time. I did see some bigger stumps in there. So the farther the hill goes this way, the less steep it gets. There's a big overpass right here. So as it comes down, it kind of flattens out. That up there should be a piece of cake. Buzz through that stuff, no problem. So it's way down there. There's a telephone pole way down there, but that's about the end of it. So the contractor we're working for, he's the one who supplied the crash truck. We had to get the DOT permit, all that kind of stuff required going into this job. This thing's been in the works for well over 6 months. It's quite the process to be able to do anything along the interstate. Really don't like doing this kind of work, but it is what it is. As far as safety wise, you know. Yeah, this is pretty steep. This will have to be hand cut in here for sure. This through here, I'd say I'd probably get to about there, and the rest of this we'll hand cut and just throw down there and be done with it. As you can see, there's a lot of traffic. Probably get one pass here at the top. I'm glad this guardrail's there. But I'm gonna keep rolling here. We're gonna try to bust this thing out today. I don't know if we can or not, but we're gonna try to get her done. right, one thing I want to point out here, I mean, camera does not do it justice how steep this hill is. But I mean, it's steep, very steep. And I mean, I only came up the, yeah, anyways, incredibly steep. So one thing about this machine, the ASV, I love my ASV. I think it's the best machine on the market for forestry mulching. Cannot beat the power. It's all about the power and cooling capabilities. So 120 horsepower. I got the Fecon head on it with a DCR head, DCR rotor. But the capability of going up this slope and mulching at the same time, that is key. So like other machines would barely have the power to be able to push the machine up the hill, but by the time you get into material, for it to cut that material, it's not going to happen. It'll, you know, it's going to bog down, you have to recover and stuff like that. I'm going as far as the machine will let me go. It's slipping. So I'm going to kind of show you an idea of how it's working here. But it's, what do we got here? All kinds of junk. I don't know what that is, but just to give you an idea of the machine being able to cut and track up the hill is key. What I'm getting at. Can you see him? Can you see him? He didn't like sleeves.
Started to chafe them arms. Decided to cut them off.
Pretty steep. We are moving right along here. See, this is what we've got finished so far. Or finished, we got cut. From the excavator up that way, everything's been pulled off the hill. Getting ready to switch places with Willie. He's gonna come over here and I'm gonna finish that off. You know, I said I think that it gets flatter. It's not yet. I keep thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, surely, yeah, next little swath, you know, it's gonna get flatter, but it hasn't. Finding all kinds of junk. I think once we get up past that pole up there, hopefully it will. I sure hope so. But that's a DOT camera right there. But yeah. So I'm gonna start finishing this off down here. And Josh has got this side of the fence all cleaned up. I'm gonna finish this and then move down there. Well, it's going up this hill right here. Hit this big old mess, big old cable, bolt, and broke 2 teeth. So Willie's going to see, it's right here on this end. So hopefully we got everything. I should have everything to fix it. But just never know what's in this stuff. Alright, so we're making real good time. Everything's looking good so far. I got my tooth fixed. 2 teeth actually. Got them sitting down here, but it pulled the threads on that one, and the other one just completely shattered. Looks like they just got a couple more hand cutting ones right there, and then we got a little clump right here. There's a concrete culvert. So I am making my way back this direction over here, and then we just got to go to that. There's a pole right there, right over there near the end of the fence. So this is all pretty small material and everything. As long as we don't hit anything else, fingers crossed, we can get out of here at a decent time. This was just one of those jobs that we had no idea how steep it was. You know, I could waste so much time looking at jobs and trying to figure out, you know, what's the best scenario with it and all that kind of stuff. And I don't like wasting time, if anybody knows me. But so I just gave him a number and we went with it. If I get it, I get it. I don't, I don't. But so we're gonna keep on cutting. we go.